Okay, here we are again. This is Linda from Lipstick Lodge with my goofy orange moose hat that I've got from up here last year. And I always point that out. I got a moose hat. You can tell I'm not from up north. But anyway, I'm at the I think it's called the Sugar Shack. They got a bunch of logs here, and they probably use that for heat, I would imagine. And I'm at the Joe and Sue's homestead, off-grid homestead. And let me tell you, I made a remark to Sue earlier when I hooked up on the trail. You're remote. I'm not remote. Trust me, I keep telling people I'm remote to South River. Well, you know what? Being 24 kilometers outside of South River means nothing. This place is remote. I was able to find the road to get down here with. Once I got on this roadway, like I knew I had to go slow, even though I've got my truck, I still had to go slow. It's good for going through areas like this. And basically, we're going to do a little tour of the maple syrup area, I guess you'd call it. What do you call it, Sue?
The sugar bush.
Sugar bush. Okay. Yeah, thanks. Look at my goofy hair. It's long on one side and short on the other, but it looks really goofy under this hat. Whatever. Anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around now and introduce you to Sue. This is Sue. Hi,
Hello.
Sue.
Hi.
This might be one of my better videos because I got another person that I'm talking at in the video.
Yeah, it's hard to do videos when it's just yourself
Yeah,
talking.
my last one, you might have seen my last one. Please don't look at it, you guys, if you don't have to. I'm laying under the frickin' house, just finishing insulating the house up on the pipes under it.
I didn't see that one.
And it's really goofy. I'm huffing and puffing. I should have waited till basically I was, have my breath back, but I didn't. I'm laying under their house. But anyway, we're going to start the tour of the bush, and Sue, you lead the way.
All right, so Joe and I are completely off-grid, so we try to do the sugar bush completely off-grid as well, and we're utilizing the slope of the hill that's back here behind us, and then the slope of this way as well, so we have lines running down, and then a main line running this way. We can walk a little closer and see it.
Okay.
You can take a video and walk without...
Yeah, just keep going.
Okay.
Like I said, I think this is going to be one of my better ones, you guys. More interesting. Hopefully bring some of you guys out here. I joked about this on my way in, but this is the farthest I've ever gone to get maple syrup. That's why I'm here. Yeah, I'm getting maple syrup.
It's a beautiful area to come. The leaves are all changing.
Oh, it's gorgeous
trees,
here.
so
it's just so gorgeous. Beautiful.
So if you can just pan that way, you can see the lines that are coming, the small ones coming down. Every spring we have to go and drill a new hole in the tree and reconnect those to the trees. We have about 450 taps, and they all run by gravity down into the bigger line that runs straight, and then it'll run just by gravity automatically and fill up a tote at the end here. And the tote's not there right now.
Yeah.
But then we will pump it from there into the sugar shack, and then we can go in there in a minute and we'll show you how everything works in there.
Okay, now what's down here is just the lines for the maple syrup to run?
This is just the lines. They go about halfway down, and then the trail kind of ends at our neighbor's property.
I didn't know anything about that. I thought everybody, when you get maple syrup, you just tap the trees with buckets.
Yeah,
I had no clue that you do this. Yeah. You could do this by lines.
Yeah, the lines are so much easier. We've only had the lines for 2 years now, and it's like, so before we were putting a bucket on the tree and we had to go tree to tree.
Lots of work, yeah.
Empty the buckets into a barrel, drive them all back here, transfer the sap from the barrels into the a container here, and then so this is so nice. It's all gravity fed. We had a few leaks and things we had to fix the first year, but it's all great now. And
okay, now how many liters or gallons or whatever of maple syrup do you get off of this on an annual basis?
We kind of do like 1 tap for 1 liter, so we get like about 400 liters of syrup, and we have about 400, well, maybe about 450 taps now.
Yeah,
so somewhere in there, depending on how the year went, but on average that's what we get.
That's the number of trees you tap? 400?
We tapped about 450 trees. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, some trees have 2 taps in them, so I guess it's a little less per tree, but per tap it's about 450 taps.
Wow. Yeah, this is awesome out here, and it's not what I'd call windy today. We get this thing where I live. I always joke about it. It's not even windy there. I live amongst tall pines, and I just said it the other day. I don't get to see sunsets or sunrises because of that.
Yeah,
They
same with
totally
us.
block,
We don't.
totally block
And we're right
everything.
in the middle of the woods, so yeah,
Yeah.
we don't get to see them either.
But look at how quiet it is
But it's
here.
quiet and it's
It's
beautiful.
peaceful. It's
I just
gorgeous.
checked some of our cameras, and we had deer going through, we had turkeys going through, some bears, moose, you name it. It's
Yep.
they're out here sharing the woods with us. So
Yep. I had a couple of young moose last year, and I ran in and got my photo camera thingy, whatever you call it,
yep.
my phone, and got pictures of them by the pine trees. They were after I took pictures, they went to eat off the pine trees in the middle of winter. And then a couple months later, a large moose walked across Eagle Lake Road, and somebody captured a bull moose swimming in Eagle Lake.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah, it was awesome. But you're going to see all that stuff up here. Plus, about a week and a half ago, we got reports, we got emails that there was a bear on the property. So,
Okay. Yeah, gotta watch out.
yep,
Yeah, we
yep.
just had a mama bear and her 3 cubs
Oh, 3. Wow.
at our place. We had her on camera in June with tiny little baby cubs, and now the cubs are almost the same size as her.
Wow.
And she was actually at our homestead trying to get into our garbage bin.
Oh my
And we take the
gosh.
garbage out regularly, so there was only a tiny bit of garbage in there, but they can smell it and they know where it is.
Oh
And
boy.
so we scared her off, and she's a mom with 3 babies, so we don't want to harm her in any way. So
No.
we
Yeah.
just made sure all the garbage was locked up and not outside, and hopefully she doesn't come back.
Wow. Okay, where do you want to show us next, Sue?
All right, we can go into the sugar
Okay.
shack and we'll show you in there.
All right.
All right.
You have to bear with me. I'm kind of
Trying to walk and take
strange with the video things. I did stills for many years. I did wedding photography and all that stuff, and
Okay, yeah.
and been there, done that, and got rid of that out of my brain and whatever.
So the wood here is for burning the in the evaporator. We boil the sap with wood, so that's what the wood is for. We're also storing some things in here right now.
That's okay.
But step in and I can turn the light on. We have a little solar panel and a battery. And I think they're hooked up. Maybe not.
So what are you turning on here? Lights or?
Yep.
Okay.
I thought we had it hooked in. Joe usually does this, not me. But
I have to do all of that stuff at my
I
place.
was like, we had the. I think he disconnected it because I need this cord to plug into the.
You know what? It's okay
we have
though.
no light, so
I've got enough light coming out of my camera,
okay.
so.
So I have everything covered up right now because we don't want to get the dust and everything.
Yeah,
in there.
no.
I can uncover it quickly for you to show. So inside, so we'll pump the sap into the big tote in the back corner, and then it's gravity fed through the evaporator, and it goes into the back part here first, and it'll be sap into that back part. We'll have a fire going in here.
Oh yeah.
And it boils it, and as it gets thicker and is almost syrup, it comes to the front of the evaporator, and we'll take it off here. We have a filter set up. We drain it out here, and it's pretty much 99% sap.
Wow.
Sorry, 99% maple syrup at this point here. We filter it, and then I will heat it back up and bottle it from there.
Okay.
We filter it.
And believe it or not, I came all the way out here from where I'm at, remote to South River, to get my maple syrup. There's my liter of maple syrup right there.
So we are Joe and Sue's Off-Grid Homestead on YouTube, and we are Trillium Maple Farm. That's our business name for our maple syrup production.
Yep, that's actually how I found you. I Googled your business name.
Okay.
And
So yeah, I set that out there for you because I had one set aside for you. But yeah, we have lots too. If anybody else wants a tour, just message us on we're on Facebook, YouTube, wherever.
And it's an awesome drive down the lane here from the main road. Also, by the way, once you get on to 522, if you're stressed at all, goes out the window with this drive. It's just a gorgeous drive.
Curvy road and hills and lakes and and trees.
Hardly any
and
traffic. It's just gorgeous coming out here.
beautiful.
And there is a rest stop on the way if you need to stop for the little girls' room or whatever.
Yep, there is a nice
So,
little one there. I
yep.
use it myself.
Yep, yep. And yeah, this is awesome.
And Joe and I built everything here ourselves.
Yep.
There was trees here. We cleared this area out.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, did you clear the whole laneway
Well,
for everybody or?
a lot of the road Joe and I are maintaining ourselves. We do have help with some of the other people
Yeah.
who have properties back in here.
Yeah, I noticed there was a bunch of chunky gravel in spots,
Yeah,
probably where you had to put
we
it down.
just got a bunch of loads in this spring. I
Yeah.
guess like 8 loads or so this
Uh-huh.
spring or June, I think it was.
Yeah.
And most of the neighbors are pitching in and helping buy some gravel and that type of thing.
Yeah, that's good.
We all
Well,
share the road together.
yeah, I was going to say they travel down it, so they
But
should.
Joe and I are the only ones that live here full time, so we
Okay.
maintain it more than the others, but they all do help out to some point. So
Now, in the wintertime, do you have to bring a plow through here to get
So
through the
we have
road?
a snow blower on the back of the tractor.
Okay.
So Joe has to go backwards.
Oh,
Those 2.5 kilometers takes him about an hour each way. So Joe's neck's pretty sore after backing the tractor up. An hour.
wow. You wouldn't get me doing that.
Yeah.
I used to be a bus driver in Windsor,
Okay.
and I'm not into backing at all.
No.
Don't ask me to back a trailer, a single axle
No.
trailer, which I have.
I'm pretty good at doing all that type of stuff.
You should have seen what I did
Trailer.
when I was in Halliburton one time. Luckily, there was a guy camping with his family next to where I walked away from my car, and I'm going, "Is anybody here who know how to back a trailer? Help!" He says, "I'll help you." He says, "I do it all the time. I deal with trailers all the time." And he looked at it and he looked at me, and I'm going, "Yeah, I did that."
Yeah. There's always someone helpful nearby, right?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and you even have your pot of coffee in here. That's something I got to
Yeah.
pick up today. I want to get a little
Yeah,
percolator.
well, so when we're here boiling, March, April, because we do maple syrup and birch syrup, so we're here
Oh.
March and April, and we have our little Coleman stove there.
Yeah.
Got our coffee percolator on it,
Yeah.
and we'll bring food over here too, and we
Yeah.
cook our dinner and stuff there because when we have this going full blast with maple syrup, approximately every 10 minutes we have an alarm going off and we're putting more wood in this
Oh,
thing.
geez. You have to keep the
Every
temperature
10
steady.
minutes, every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And we do have what they call a reverse osmosis.
Mm-hmm.
So this machine here is a reverse osmosis machine. Oh yeah, watch the
Pardon me,
floor.
I've got bad balance.
So we'll run the sap through this and it takes out some of the water
Okay.
from the sap, so it makes it more concentrated. So it's a higher sugar content right at the beginning of when we start boiling it.
Oh, okay.
So that helps speed things up a lot quicker.
Yeah.
It just kind of takes some of the water out. So say we have 2% sugar content in the sap, it'll take it to 4% or 6% if we run it through it a couple times, and then we start like closer to a finished product. So we're not boiling, so then we can stop and sleep overnight and then come back first thing in the morning. A few times we've had to do overnighters where Joe stayed
Ouch.
overnight. I've come like 6 or 7 in the morning and he's gone to bed then and slept till 1 or 2 in the afternoon while I boil, just trying to catch up because the sap's just coming so fast.
Wow.
We can't keep up with it.
Yeah, with that line, it'd probably be obviously a different scenario than having to go out and physically collect it from buckets, which is more controlled.
Yeah,
probably.
It all is gravity fed, so there's a tote right outside the sugar shack, and we just have to hook a pump up to pump it from outside into here.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it's a lot faster than having to drive tree to tree and collect it. But we do the birch syrup, and I do that tree to tree with the pails still, which I still have all the pails here for.
Oh yeah.
But I just use them basically for the birch syrup now. So.
Yeah. Now, what's the difference between birch syrup and maple syrup? Is one sweeter than the other, or?
Yeah, maple syrup's a lot sweeter than birch syrup.
Okay.
Birch is kind of used more in cooking, not on your pancakes. It
Okay.
has kind of a caramely molasses taste, and I use it in cooking. I make an oil and vinegar salad dressing, glazes for meat or fish.
And you guys sell more stuff than just maple syrup here, though, right?
Yeah, we turn it into maple syrup first, and then I take the maple syrup and I turn it into sugar, and I turn it into candy. I also forage through the woods, and I harvest chaga mushroom to make tea with, and I sell that as well.
Yeah,
So,
I hooked onto that when I moved up here too. And
yes.
every time I go down my road, my main road, I stare at the birch trees, trying to look
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
And I'll never find it, I swear. Probably anybody that lives in the area has rated any tree that
Yeah, they
might have it.
probably have. I notice if we're in a common area that you can see where they've knocked the chunk off the tree
Yeah,
already. So,
yeah.
but
Although
I
I think I've
have,
got some on the ground in front of my lot right now, so I'll check it.
yeah, I have a few trees here. I'm just letting some grow on, and then I kind of harvest little bits at a time, just as I need it. And but yeah, it's great stuff. Great for you, healthy.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add on here? I don't know how much longer I got to film
Nope.
here, so
I don't know. I think that's it. But yeah,
okay.
so thank you.
All right.
Glad you came to visit.
Yeah, and hopefully this turns out okay. And I definitely will post it. Okay. Well, yeah, turning it around again to my cute orange hat. But anyway, yeah, that's it for the Sugar Shack. And I'm not going to do a tour of their home. You know, it's a little much. So, but it's basically the Sugar Shack I wanted to get to today anyway. So, and I made it. My truck made it. Lacey made it. Anyway, I'm going to end this now, and hopefully we'll post her later.